fish number one, day one. There's sauger. There we go. All right, hello everybody. We are going on a fishing trip. Let's go. All right, so like I said, we are going on a fishing trip. And I think this time, rather than tell you where I'm going, I'll drop some hints along the trip. Got about a 7.5 hour drive ahead of us, so I need to go home, load up the kayak, everything else pretty much loaded up, and hit the road. So here we go. Alright, so a little more about this place that I'm driving to. It's a place that I remember as a little kid on Saturday morning watching fishing shows. It seemed like this lake was always mentioned on Bassmasters. They'd have tournaments there. You watch Hank Park or Jimmy Houston, Roland Martin. It seems like all the time they'd be fishing at this particular place. So it's always just kind of stuck with me as a place that it would be kind of cool to go fish. So an opportunity came up and I decided, hey, why not? Let's go give it a try. So I'll drop another hint. If you're familiar with this place at all, I'm sure you'll see this landmark and you'll definitely know exactly where I'm headed. All right, 7.5 hours later, we're finally here. I'll give you one more clue to see if you can guess where we're at.
For a long time, a great destination for bass fishing at the highest level, for bass tournaments at the highest level. It is vast, a huge handful to negotiate for these high school teams. Man, oh man, you think about 160,000 acres of water surface. It's a very mature lake, completed back in 1944, and it has been the traditional venue.
Yeah! Boom! Yes! It's a job.
Famous for its deep water ledges, its diversity expands across its 160,000 surface acres and over 2,300 miles of shoreline. The final and largest impoundment on the Tennessee River, this 184-mile-long man-made reservoir is the largest of its kind east of the Mississippi.
In my eyes, it's the shining star on the Tennessee River.
It's full of fish, and you can catch them so many different ways.
It is the best structured lake in the United States.
Today's just kind of a scouting around the area day, and tomorrow I'll be doing some pre-fishing. I got my license for today, but I don't think I'll end up using it. Start pre-fishing first thing in the morning tomorrow. It's supposed to be really cold. Record lows, I think. Lows around like 25, 26 degrees, which is just ridiculously cold for down here this time of year. So I don't know. That might change how the fish behave. All the pre-fishing people have done to this point might not be all that worthwhile. We'll see.
You guys pretty...
All right. Well, if you haven't figured it out by now, we are fishing Kentucky Lake, the famous bass fishing Kentucky Lake. Home to a whole lot of pretty awesome fishing tournaments throughout the years.
Kentucky Lake sits alongside Gunnersville and Okeechobee when it comes to legendary bass fisheries. The South's Great Lake is a proving ground for any angler eager to etch his name in history. A win here means something.
You know, Tennessee River is a great structured lake to begin with, but Kentucky Lake is probably the best structured lake in the country by far. It's got more habitat out there. It's got more ledges. You know, it's 75 miles long, and it's good from one end to the other.
53 pounds, 9 ounces of Kentucky Lake bass.
That's him. That's 100.
You guys ready to shatter some records? A 5 bass limit on Championship Sunday for Jason Lambert. 27 pounds, 3 ounces, 101 pounds, and 9 ounces. The records fall on Championship Sunday. Wow!
Something I've always thought would be fun, and here we are. We're gonna hit some spots that we marked from Google Earth. See if my intuition is correct. I talked to a couple people there at the ramp that said the fishing has been tough. They've been pre-fishing already, and they said the fishing is just terrible. I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign for what I'm trying to do, but we'll find out. It's a little chilly. I think we're in the 40s, low 40s. Tomorrow's supposed to be in the 20s, so got that to look forward to. But the fall colors, spectacular. Check this out behind me. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. I don't see it too well either, but check that out. Kentucky Lake, mid-October. Can't beat it. Now let's find some fish. All right, well, sorry, I know the wind is terrible, but it's what we got. So what we're going to be doing, hopefully, is targeting shallow shad schools and the bass that are chasing them around. That's what I'm expecting the case to be. And one way to do that is to follow the birds. And I see up ahead here we've got a big flock of seagulls and pelicans dive bombing out here on the point of an island. So it's about a half mile ahead. We're going to zoom over at 3 miles per hour to see if we can catch up with that school and see if there's any fish around it. They've already moved from one side of the island to the other, so I don't know if they're still chasing, but it looks like a bunch of splashing up there still. So give you an update in 10 minutes when we get there. Well, 10:30. I've been out here for about 2.5 hours. I haven't caught any bass. Did just catch about a 15.5, 16-inch sauger on the crankbait. Couldn't shake him off the hook to save my life. But keep trying this spot here, and then I'm gonna move to some spots out of the wind for a little bit, take a break. Wind is just ferocious, like 20 to 25 out of the northwest. Thank goodness I'm on this side of the lake, because there's 4-foot waves on the other side. Well, we got our first bass. Try and see if we can get him in without showing him to this guy right behind me. "12-incher, but they're bass down here. Let's mark this spot here. Well, afternoon update. It's been an absolutely terrible day of fishing. 30-mile-per-hour winds out on the main lake. The waves were like 3 feet, and it was just unfishable. Managed to sauger off camera, a little bass, I don't know, 12, 13 inches. And it was just tough to fish. I tried going up to another spot, had to turn around because of the waves. Dude, I assumed these weren't bass, but apparently they might be bass in here. That's a thick son of a gun. Kentucky Lake chunker. 14.5. Let's just see what he measures here. Looks to be about 14 and a half. Yeah, 14 and a quarter. That's good. Okay, day 2 out here on Kentucky Lake. It is cold this morning, 29 degrees and a 15-mile-per-hour wind. They say that the wind chill is 19 degrees. Had ice in the bottom of the boat, ice in the bottom of the kayak today, so it's a chilly one. Yesterday was absolutely brutal, cold and 35-mile-per-hour gusts. Tried fishing some of the offshore structure that I'd identified from the map, and it was just too dangerous to stay out there with the 3-foot waves, and it was just really bad. Probably the worst I've ever had in this kayak. So came into a protected bay here, caught a couple of small fish, and I think that's maybe where I'll start today, just to see if there's a chance of catching a limit of small ones in this bay before I try for some bigger ones somewhere else. But oh, it's going to be another cold, brutal one today. The wind is expected to be 20 to 25. I'm the only one at the ramp today, so I guess everybody else was smart enough to go somewhere else. But this is the only place that I did any significant pre-scouting and mapping, so I'm just going to have to deal with it. But there's fish here. We'll find them. We'll catch them. Water temperature yesterday when I started was 66. This morning, 56. Lots of carp. Lots and lots of carp in here. Well, there's a Kentucky Lake bass, a dock bass. Seems to be paying off. My first cast at a dock, and I catch a, let's see, he's probably almost 15. Not bad, huh? Let's see what he measures here real quick. Quite a bit of water here. I think he'll be about 15. Yep, right at, nope, just shy of 15, 14 3/4. Close your mouth, dude. 14 3/4. I'll take you all day long tomorrow. Well, we just lost a big one right here. The dock, well over 5 pounds. That's a good sign. The jig pretty good. Species. There we go. That's a decent one off this bar out here. Finally catching some bass on the crankbait. Probably a 17. Need him tomorrow. Nice. About time, huh? these fish in here swarming after bait fish. Big school of bass just chasing. There's one there, right there. There were just two of them over here somewhere. They move around a lot, so it's hard to. There we go. There's a few right there. There, look at that. Off to my right here. Fish, fish, fish. That's a school of shad. There's another fish there. You can see him swimming. That's a good size one. That's got to be like a 5-pounder. So yeah, I think we're in good shape. Lots of fish. Hopefully the bait fish hang around. There's another good one. This might be a smallie. It is. Nice smallie. Really nice smallie. Boy. There we go. How about that? Kentucky Lake smallie, baby. GoPro, start recording. Good shape. 17. Well, sorry about the wind again, but it's always windy out here it seems, but finally got into them. Found a school here, just caught three good keepers. 16.5-inch average, and I can see them swarming around bait fish on the live scope. So I think we're going to start here tomorrow, and if it doesn't pan out, we've always got the docks, because we caught some nice ones on the docks today too, which is only about a 30-minute ride to the west. So I got to get back, check into the hotel, and get to the captain's meeting. So I think we're going to cut fishing short. It's about 1:15 here, but we got a long ways to go. We got a half hour back to the boat ramp, half hour to load, and an hour of driving. So anyway, we're looking good now. So hopefully this pattern holds up. Hopefully the weather allows me to fish out here. Yesterday was just too rough, too dangerous. Today the wind is only maybe 20 to 25 instead of 30 to 35, so I can manage it with the spot lock. So we'll see.